रेडी स्टार्ट। श्री राजीव लोचन शुक्ला learned counsel for the appellant while advancing his submissions has argued that the prosecution began with the story of suicide by disclosing this basic requirement in the FIR itself, where PW1, the informant, did not raise any suspicion or murder and rather indicated the case to be an abatement of suicide. Full stop. He therefore, submitted that the later development of the case into an offence of international murder for the sake of and demand of dowry was a clear transformation in the basic case of prosecution by two of the witnesses, PW1 and PW2, who proceeded to depose before the court for the first time about the allegation of dowry for which neither the appellant nor other co-accused were found guilty. Full stop. The trial court, according to Sri Shukla, has rightly found that there was no evidence to conclude that there was any demand of dowry or otherwise was the motive for the alleged incident. Full stop. Even if it is homicide, in the absence of motive or direct evidence, the question of inferring murder having been committed by the appellant does not arise, and therefore the conclusion drawn by the trial court can be said to be based on surmises and conjectures, and not only on any evidence existing on record. Full stop. Sri Shukla then urged that even the case of abatement of suicide was not established, in as much as the statement of PW1 and PW2, the brother and father of the deceased, are in conflict in themselves and against each other as well. Full stop. Sri Shukla submits that the statement of these witnesses read as a whole fails to establish the case of harassment of dowry and harassment of torture by the husband for not performing the duties of a housewife, in as much as if the prosecution has failed to adduce any evidence relating to suicide or its abatement by the appellant, then even otherwise, there is no scope for any inference about the case of the appellant having abated the same. Full stop. It is further argued that the charge framed in the alternative under section 302 IPC was added with section 34 IPC, and if the trial court has acquitted the other three co-accused and has not found a joint liability on the strength of section 34 IPC, then acquittal of the other three co-accused should be read in favor of the appellant to the extent that the appellant could not have been convicted without there being any specific or independent charge simpliciter under section 302 IPC. Full stop. He therefore, submitted that evidence which has come forth clearly indicates that an incorrect charge having been framed and no offence having been established on the basis of evidence adduced. Full stop. In addition to the said submissions, he contended that the other circumstances should also be taken into account, namely that the state did not file any appeal against the acquittal of the three co-accused. Full stop. There is no recovery of any instrument or weapon at the pointing out of the appellant which according to him is a necessary ingredient or order to prove a case of murder, and further that there are no independent witness is spite of the fact that incident is a broad daylight incident. Full stop.